Hey guys, it's Gabby. Today I'm going to be showing you how I took my nails from this to this in just 6 weeks using builder gel. Everything I'm using is from Sally Beauty, so I will have that link down below for you guys, but we're just going to get right into it. So this is what we're starting with. This is my non-filming hand, and it's not awful, but usually I just don't do much to it, so it ends up being a little crusty. So I was like, okay, what is the fastest way to grow these out? And I've mentioned this before, but it's not even necessarily about growing them, it's about not breaking them, and that's where the builder gel comes in. So I'm starting off with some quick nail prep here, filing and shaping my nails, and then you want to remove your cuticles. This right here is the crust I was talking about. Prior to this, I don't even remember the last time I did anything to my cuticles on this hand, but this is really going to help your builder gel last. So as always, I'm using the Blue Cross cuticle remover and an orange wood stick, and you're just going to take some of that, put it around your cuticle area, and then gently start scraping that dead skin from your nail plate. After that, you can go ahead and wash your hands, and then you need to remove the shine from your nail. So this is basically just gently scratching off that very top layer, and it's going to give the product something to adhere to. You can use a buffing block like I'm showing right here. You can also use a nail file. Either way, again, another step you don't want to skip because your nails would just kind of pop off or lift. To finish the nail prep, I'm going to be taking the ASP 2-in-1 dehydrator and cleansing wipe, and I'm just using a makeup sponge, and I'm just going to wipe my nail clean, getting rid of any of that filing dust and any oils that may be on my nail. Alright, on to the gel application. I'm going to be using ASP Builder Gel in a bottle, and this is in the shade Birthday Suit. I've been wanting to try this shade for a bit now because my friend used it months ago, and I thought it was so cute. It's like the perfect sheer light pink, and what I'm going to do is start by applying just a really thin coat evenly to my entire nail. So this step should feel familiar, just like you're applying any regular nail polish. And the main thing, if you get any on your skin, please make sure you wipe it off before you go to cure it under your lamp. And after that, I am going to cap the tip, which is just taking the brush and running it along the free edge of your nail. Once you're done, you can go ahead and cure your nails. As far as cure time, it does vary based on what lamp you're using. Usually it is around 30 to 60 seconds. For the second coat, we're going to start the same way, but it does get a little bit different. So first, apply that thin, even layer across your whole nail, and this is known as the slip layer. This is just going to help the product level out against your nail. So then after applying that, I'm going to dip my brush back into the bottle and get just kind of a glob of product. You want this to be thicker because this is where we start to build up the nail. And I realized I didn't even mention what builder gel is. So it's basically a thicker gel, and it's used to build up the nail and add extra strength. So that's a little snippet of that. But what I'm going to do is take that blob on my brush, start pretty close to that cuticle area, and just place it, and then start working my way down the nail, going side to side. I try to think of it as trying to pat the product on instead of brush it on. Does that help? I don't know. But after that, I'm going to flip my nail upside down, and what I'm trying to do is pull that product towards the center of my nail. Again, just trying to be intentional about where it's building up onto my nail, and it also helps level it out. So I'm going to hold that there for a few seconds and then cure my nail again. I am going in with a third layer here. This is optional, you can stop at 2, but one, I wanted my nail to be thicker, and then also because this is a colored builder gel, I wanted to make sure the color was pretty even throughout my entire nail. So that's a little bit of personal preference. You can stop at 2 coats, but I'm just going to do the same exact thing here, starting with that thin slip layer and then taking a bigger blob and working that down my nail. Again, I'm going to flip my nail over to help pull that product towards the center. And I will say, even without flipping it over, this product levels out really nicely because I'm still new to builder gel and I feel like it's easy to work with. Here is what my nail is looking like. It is so smooth. You see what I mean? Oh, looks so good. So to finish this off, I'm just going to add a top coat. This is the ASP gel top coat. And you can just apply this normally, thin layer, don't get any on your skin. Cap the tip and cure. One thing to note, this top coat will leave behind that sticky residue, so I'm just going to take that same ASP 2-in-1 dehydrator and wipe my nail clean, quick and easy, and that is it. So for the next 2 weeks, actually 20 days to be exact, this is all I did. I just left my nails alone. I put on some cuticle oil here, and I did not put it on again during those 20 days. I meant to, but I don't even know if it makes a difference. Does it? Not necessarily for nail growth. For the appearance, yes, it's great, and I wish I could get into the habit, but I'm just letting you guys know. I did not put any more cuticle oil on, and here is my nail 20 days later, you can see the growth around my cuticle area, and now we're gonna take it off. You can do a fill. I haven't tried that yet, and I just like having a fresh start. So what I'm gonna do is take a 180 grit nail file, and I'm just gonna file off that top layer. The more you file, the quicker the removal process will be. I don't really like filing, so I just really do bare minimum. And then I'm gonna be using the gelish remover wraps and 100% pure acetone. What you're gonna do is just fill that little square, that little cotton pad with the acetone, wrap it around your finger, squeeze it tight, and let that soak. Soak times are gonna vary here. I usually wait around 10-15 minutes before removing it. And once you do, the product is gonna soften up and it's gonna let you be able to kind of just push it off. I personally like to still stick with an orange wood stick here. Metal tools are just too harsh for me, and I didn't want to damage my natural nails. So that's another thing. When you're taking this off, make sure you give yourself enough time for the removal, because this is usually where you kind of start rushing things, your nails get damaged, and you don't want that. So if you need to re-soak, you can do that. And then once it's completely gone, we're just gonna start right back into the same steps of the reapplication. And that's a nice thing. I feel like it goes into it pretty easily. So I'm gonna take that Blue Cross cuticle remover, remove my cuticles, rough up the surface a little bit, and then we're gonna reapply that builder gel. This time I'm gonna be using the clear builder gel, still from ASP, and I love this stuff. I don't know what it is. I think just because it looks like your nails, but it has that extra little oomph, you know? And I actually got so many compliments when I wore this. I didn't think it would be that noticeable, but so many people were like, oh my gosh, it looks so cute. So anyways, same steps. I'm gonna start off with that thin coat like you just saw, and then I'm gonna go in with that thicker glob, side to side, working it down my nail, flip my nail over to pull that product toward the middle, and then cure it once you're done. If this is your first time trying builder gel, I would recommend starting with the clear one. That's what I did, and I think it is just a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about what the color is looking like, if it's even, all of those things. It just gives you more room for mistakes. And then I am gonna finish that off with a top coat again. But if you want, you could do a regular nail polish over this, you could do a gel color, you can really put whatever over your builder gel base. And if you do decide to do regular nail polish, it's nice because you can change out your color just by using a non-acetone nail polish remover. But I wore that for another 3 weeks, and as you can see, it grew out again nicely. I didn't have any breaks or anything, and I did reapply this, so that's what this looks like. And this is 6 weeks, so 3 weeks for that first set, 3 weeks for the one I just showed you. They look so good, and you can keep going. You can keep reapplying builder gel, taking it off. You can switch to regular gel, regular nail polish, really optional, but I was really happy with this. And just a quick reminder, this was week 1. And I feel like that flew by, but I hope this helps you guys out on your nail growth journey. Thank you again to Sally Beauty for working with me on this video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye.